Anyway, Stone Age in India is divided into basically three parts: the Paleolithic, the Mesolithic, and the Neolithic. The first one is the Paleolithic age. Now it is divided into three parts: the lower, middle, and upper. It is in the rising degree of development. So the first is lower, then there was more development, there is the middle, and then there is even more development, there is the upper Paleolithic age. The first Paleolithic age was from the Paleolithic age overall was from like 5 lakh BC to 10,000 BC. Okay, Paleolithic age is like it started a lot earlier, a little earlier in overall world, but then it started towards like the 5 lakh years back in India. It is divided into three parts: lower Paleolithic age, middle Paleolithic age, and of course the upper Paleolithic age. The lower Paleolithic age had like very rough, not a lot of developments happening, so the tools that were used during this time was overall whatever is available, like irregular shapes of rocks, hand axes, cleavers, and all those kind of things. The settlements were mainly near the valley areas, which had a source of river or water, which of course is needed for the development of any civilization, any society, for people to live. Then there was the middle Paleolithic age. It was from like 10,000 to 5,000, from like 1 lakh BC to 5,000 to 50,000 BC. During this time, the tools that were used were like blades, borers, and burinis, which are like slightly sharper and smaller than the ones used in the early or the lower Paleolithic age. Of course, since they were developing, they wanted tools which helped their purpose, and they were like hunters. So the sharpness of object was one of the necessity of their life. Again, this was the major areas were the valley areas. During this time, they also were using, okay, then there is the upper Paleolithic age, which is from like 50,000 BC to 10,000 BC. Now during this time, what was happening is, there was this concept of, not concept, the technique they used was flaking. So they were flaking the blades and the tools that they were using. What is flaking? Flaking is like flaking is where they are chipping off the big stones into sharper and smaller objects, like in triangular shape, which will make the pointiness even more effective in whatever purposes they were using, which is mostly for hunting. And they were also using it for painting. It was called a petroglyph. What is petroglyph? Petroglyph is like a it's like a technique where they used to paint on the insides of the walls of cave. So they were carving the drawings on the inside of the caves, and then they were filling it with colors that were naturally obtained during that time, like brown or ochre from like the soil, or like yellow and green from plants, or red from the blood of the animals they were hunting. Then we move forward to the Mesolithic period. This age was from 10,000 BC to 6,000 BC. During this time, the earth was also getting warmer. As a result, there was more rain, and since there was rain, it led to accumulation of water, and again the settlements near the water areas was seen. The characteristic tool of this period was microlith. What is microlith? Microliths are like small tools which are sharp in nature. These tools were used for, again, were used for their daily activity like hunting, and also for painting. They were circular, semicircular, lunate or trapezium in shape. They also used, people this time were also using tools like bones of large fish, like harpoons. Yes, the paintings also, the microliths were used not just for hunting but also for painting, because since they were using the concept of petroglyph, which of course was available and known to them since the times of upper Paleolithic age. So in Mesolithic age also they were using petroglyph, and Mesolithic, the microlith was used also for carving the walls. The insides of the walls showed pictures, the drawings, which resembled the lifestyle that was happening during that time. So there were pictures of animal riding, hunting, household chores, group dancing, celebration, fighting, also along with the images of worshipping the phallus, the yoni, and the sexual unions. It reflects on what the society paid emphasis on and saw important for survival and for development of their civilization. Uh, they are found in, again, one of the most common places that the Mesolithic paintings were found in the Bhimbetka region of Madhya Pradesh. These paintings also used egg yolk for emulsification of the paint, which gave it a long lasting texture. And then we move on to the Neolithic age. Now, the Neolithic age had a lot of development, the kind of development which was not there in the previous ages. They learned the use of tools. There was a development in technology present, so there was the use of a wheel. It can be seen through the potteries present of that time, because the potteries were also present previously, but during this time the potteries were made with a better structure and had a better appearance. Also during this time, the people also understood how to control fire and how to master it. As a result, they will lead on to building baking bricks, which is used in building of houses, and they were using thatched roofs houses. Also they got acquainted with the concept of agriculture, which needed them not just moving from one place to another, but to actually settle down at a particular place